I don't know what the reason why this 18-year-old kid, I don't know why he should have access to guns. I don't know why he shot his grandmother. Let's talk about the groups involved. National Rifle Association. Why are these people so powerful? Weren't they involved in corruption? Didn't they go bankrupt? Weren't they misusing funds? Weren't they internally fighting over who was taking more money and things like this? I mean, why is a group like this so influential?
They raise a lot of money, and they support a lot of political candidates, and they manage to swing the politics.
But it goes back to this issue of people support them.
That's right.
Don't take my guns. I mean, I used to see I lived in Wisconsin. You know, they'll take my gun for my cold, dead fingers. I mean, literally, they had a bumper sticker on their cars, and this was very, very popular.
Yeah.
And people really feel strongly about keeping the guns, and these are the ones who are promoting it. But
the more unsafe you feel, the more you feel you have to have guns.
I know, but
and protect your rights, quote unquote.
I know, but it's a downward spiral.
It is a downward
pretty
spiral.
soon in Texas now, if you're 21.
Concealed weapons.
No, you can, most states now, concealed weapons are around. But now there's open carry, which means that we're back to the wild, wild west. I can strap on my Colt 45 in an open holster.
And scare you to hell.
Or I can carry my AR-15 military rifle on my back with a bunch of banana clips.
Yeah.
It seems unheard of. If you describe the country, their own country to them, and said, where is this country? They would say, oh, maybe it's Africa, South America. You just say people openly carrying guns and no one is safe. They would not think of themselves.
That's
Why?
part. I really think that's part of how the social conflict in America is going to get worse. Because if you talk to people in New York, Boston, California, they would think this gun culture is really absurd and it's really something should be addressed.
Yeah, but now they're buying guns.
They have no choice.
I mean, this is a downward spiral. All right. One thing I noticed no one is talking about is that all the names, including the shooter, are all Hispanic.
Hispanics. Yeah.
And I can't draw any conclusions about it, but I am surprised that no one is willing to talk about it. Is this political correctness, or they don't want to, castigate anybody? I don't know what the reason why this 18-year-old kid, I don't know why he should have access to guns. I don't know why he shot his grandmother. I don't know why any of this stuff. But let's talk about guys like Tom Tillis. He's a senator from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
His reaction was, don't use this to go after our guns, right?
NRA's big conference tomorrow. Former President Trump is going to speak there.
So
Ted Cruz. That's right. And the governor.
Yeah, well, he hasn't actually said whether he's going or not. He's scheduled to appear. He very well might. But they don't even have the sense that they should back away from it, because that would be showing weakness.
That's
You
right.
remember those emails that they had? They had a trove of emails that came out that talked about what their strategy was. It was in connection with the NRA reaching out or being reached out to by the Australian Gun Society. They wanted to return guns to Australia because Australia, like Great Britain, like New Zealand, said enough. When they had a massacre, they said enough.
That's right.
They said, take the guns back. But the fact is, there are people in America who just feel that guns are like a personal right, and you don't make the connection between the gun and the death. They say, oh, the kid is disturbed. We should have found out. Well, this is the same group that says, no, we don't even want to send out ballots. We don't trust people.
Yeah, this goes into what I think a lot of other psychological aspects that you have talked about quite a bit, American exceptionalism. We're different. We are the free country. We protect our freedom. We have rights, and we protect our rights. And all of which is we don't have to consider the societal responsibilities or even international responsibilities.
If I'm Joe Biden,
Yeah.
I would have a very hard time going around the world saying look, democratic countries like ours are leading the fight for civilization. Anybody who's not like us is wrong. You know, there was a speech by Blinken, and he says, hey, you know, we may have a few problems, but we'll work them out, and it's transparent. Well, what's transparent about no one doing anything about these school massacres, about the 7,000 deaths recorded so far this year by guns? Here's Blinken talking about the rule of law. The United States is invading.
It's laughable.
Well, Afghanistan, Iraq, Middle East, then we can go back in history to South America, Africa, withdrawing from treaties, the JCPOA, which was, was addressing the Iranian nuclear issue. Not once, but twice the U.S. has pulled out of the climate accords. Once in Kyoto.
And WHO even.
And WHO. I mean, and it seems to flip-flop.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, I think we've reached the point where people are beginning to wonder about the reliability and credibility of the United States from administration to administration, because one flips and the other one flops. Let's get back to our guns. Congress and the president, how useful are they? No matter what they did, unless it was constitutional, you got 6 justices on the Supreme Court who would say, no, you can carry anything anywhere, do anything anywhere with a gun. We're not going to stand in the way because the founding fathers didn't believe it was necessary, so why should we? In essence, nothing can happen.
I think what President Biden has done, come out and say this is terrible, so on and so forth.
Didn't he do that every single time?
Exactly. And I think every time they would lower the flag to half-mast.
Oh yeah, let's be set.
Put on a big show, but actually nothing gets done. Nothing gets done because NRA is powerful. They control many congressmen, senators, and they can make sure things don't get through. This has happened.
But I don't know how a society can exist under these terms, where you're so afraid that the government can't protect you, you buy a gun. That when tragedies happen, nothing can be done about it because of small self-interested groups like the NRA, politicians who are more interested in power than the lives of those they're supposed to protect.
American Enterprise Institute and all these conservative think tanks.
Does this spell the end of an empire when it is unable to deal with its internal issues? And
when the government is not there to actually take care of its people. That's beginning to be ever more, I think, clear that the U.S. government is having problems addressing internally problems with its own people.
The inequality,
that's
racial, everything that you talk about.
You talk about 500,000 homeless.